There's another aspect to this that I wonder, it probably has something to do with worthiness.
It doesn't have anything to do with worthiness. It has to do with pinching yourself off because you decided you're not. Worthiness just is. Get used to it.
I was wondering, what does it feel like? Because I've always linked worthiness with deserving. And I know that there's been plenty of times that I'll stick up for myself and say, I deserve this. I'm being shortchanged.
So you're in your car. Is that where you listen to your radio? Sometimes Esther does. You're in your car and you tune it to this station that plays such satisfying music. And you say, oh, I must be worthy. We say, no, you just tuned. You just tuned. XM radio doesn't say, unworthy. You can choose from this and this and this, but not this.
I kind of have this feeling that worthiness, at least how I interpret it, and that maybe I don't know what it feels like really, because I feel like there's a part of me that's asking somebody else to let me have, I don't know if I can explain it quite right.
The other day, we were visiting with a handful of people, and we said, what is the word that we've offered more than any other word? What do you think it is?
Allowing?
Drum roll, please. Attraction. Attraction. The word is attraction. So it's not about someone bestowing or granting your wishes. It's about you attracting them. So how do you attract them? Life causes you to ask. That's part of it. And the creation of them happens and source focuses upon them. That's part of it. And then you get into the receiving mode. That's what attraction is. You ask and let in. 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 You ask and let it in. You ask and let it in. And that's what attraction is. You offer a vibration about it. You learn to offer a deliberate vibration. You learn to tune. Tuning is attracting. Tuning is attracting. Paying attention to the way you feel and reaching for thoughts that feel better, that's tuning. That's attraction. That's deliberate attraction. And so, yes, there are so many avenues through which the things that you're asking for will come. Maybe someone will walk up and hand it to you. There are endless ways that your wishes are granted, so to speak. But it's about attraction. It's not about anything else. Because if you didn't have the experience that caused you to ask, and then you didn't have the sensitivity to your emotional guidance system that caused you to allow, then you couldn't experience what you're asking for. Worthiness is something that man makes up when he holds himself in vibrational discord to what he wants, and he says, I know I would not do this to myself, so somebody else must be doing it. And if somebody else is doing it, then they must have some standard by which they're doing it. They must have some rules that clearly I am not keeping. Because if I were keeping their rules, if I were worthy to their rules, then they would give me what I'm asking for, since I erroneously and incorrectly believe that they hold the power to me, which they do not. You see, that's helpful. Is that helpful? In order to be worthy, somebody else has to be petty. Yes? Does Source love you or not? Yes, all the time. It's not the absence of Source's love that doesn't let you have what you want. It's the absence of your own love. That's the discord, you see. So rather than saying, I'm unworthy, say, I'm sloppy in my thinking. Rather than saying, I'm unworthy, say, I'm willing to feel negative emotion and put up with it. Rather than saying, I'm unworthy, say, I tune myself out of vibrational alignment with my own desires. And then I blame some outside force for the lack of bestowing to me, when all along it's me letting it in or not.
how can I train myself to feel that worthiness, that feeling of it?
You can't. It helps to hear it, as we just explained it. But the way you train yourself is by reaching for something that feels good and then staying there as long as you can, and avoiding things that don't feel good by reaching for things that do feel good. You can practice the feeling of unworthiness. In fact, you've been practicing the feeling of unworthiness right here in this experience, where for the second time in not that many months, we've plucked you from the audience, put you right in our gaze, and showered upon you everything we've got. And still, you can, if you want, say,
I know. And the very first time I
doesn't
came...
that seem silly, though? And doesn't it seem like something that you don't want to do anymore? And doesn't it seem illogical given the knowledge that you hold? And isn't it just a pattern of thought that is dissipating more and more? And isn't that pattern of thought being replaced with other patterns of thought that just feel way better? And doesn't it feel good that you meditate and you're feeling better every day? And isn't it getting better every day? And aren't you getting ready to be ready to be ready? And doesn't it feel more like you want to say things are improving rather than why haven't it gone all the way? And
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's slowing that train, that momentum down, because it was...
Well, the way you slow the train is by not talking about it. But the thing is, law of attraction, that doesn't work. Law of attraction, it doesn't matter whether you're saying it out loud or not. You're broadcasting the thoughts, and law of attraction is still getting a hold of the thoughts, whether you're saying it out loud or not. What you're offering is what you're offering. How you feel really matters a lot. So it's about caring about how you feel. And these are the things that we would do if we were standing in your physical shoes. We would be nicer to me. We'd be nicer to the me that is you. We'd be nicer. We'd rest more. We'd play more. We'd do more of the things that are pleasing to us. We would deliberately soothe ourselves. We would reach for nice feeling thoughts and experiences. We wouldn't watch hateful things. We wouldn't spend any time with the news these days. We would reach for things that feel better. We would care about the way we feel first and foremost. But having said all of that, we know law of attraction is responding to what you've got going on. And sometimes there's just not enough willpower to stop the flow of your own attraction. So it's helpful to say, first of all, this is my attraction. It's not somebody else's assertion. So I'm doing this to myself. Somebody else isn't doing it to me. And since I'm in control of it, I could ease up a little bit if I wanted to. Just be easy about it. You're doing extremely well. Everything's relative, isn't it? Everything's relative. Who would like to be charged with the responsibility of determining the happiest person on earth? Wow, what a job that would be. Take a lot of time to interview all of them. And they're moody too, because sometimes they're in alignment and sometimes they're not. And so rather than comparing how you feel to your impression of how anybody else feels, just let them all do whatever they're doing, and you just do your own personal, much easier survey, which is, how's this thought feel? Oh, not so good. How about this one? Oh, a little better. How about this one? Oh, that's a little better. The happiness that you are living in any moment doesn't have anything to do with the happiness that anyone else is living. There's not a can of happiness that's being used up. Oh, sorry, you're too late. They got it all. If you'd just gotten up earlier. It's not like that. It's all about you and your relationship to the things that you've asked for. It's so personal, so divine, so spectacularly accurate, and so comprehensible, and so measurable, and so understandable. There's nothing about this that is risky or scary or hard to know. It's really simple. I am loved, and when I let myself be loved, I got it going on. And I am loved, and when I don't let myself be loved, then I'm pinching it off for some dumb reason. And it's probably something I learned from somebody along the way who didn't love themselves either. But to go back and try to figure out where the love stopped, when did I stop letting the love in? You'll make yourself crazy, and you'll cast a lot of blame, and then there'll be all those fights. And so just chill out. Just chill out.
I want to fulfill my life's purpose, and I
chill out.
don't want to run out of time. I've got all these ideas of things I want to do, and then I don't manifest them because I'm on to another idea, and then that doesn't happen, and I'm on to another, and I'm always wanting and getting excited. And then
You missed the point that we offered earlier, and that is, if you have an idea and it feels good as it's unfolding, and then you don't take it all the way to manifestation, but then you get another idea and it feels good, but you don't take it all the way to manifestation, that's like saying, I'm on a never-ending journey of happiness. The manifestation isn't the point. The manifestation was only the excuse for the journey. The manifestation is only the excuse for the journey. Someday soon we'll be holding seminars on demanifestation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enough? Yes.
Oh,
Get out.
Oh, yeah.